So this is an old video that you're going to watch. I started filming in November 2023 and it took me a year to post. So these are all archived clips. Some of my thoughts might have changed, some might stay the same, but I'd like to post them because it's part of the journey and it's important to me, and they matter to me, and it shows the journey and shows different thoughts I was going through compared to now, I guess. But yeah, enjoy the video. Peace. Right then, forgot my mics today. Had them charging at work. Completely forgot my mics. So, no microphone on this one, unfortunately. To be fair though, driving home from work today, I was going to film. Well, yeah, I was going to film. And I thought, well, I've got a point. And I didn't have the point till probably halfway home to the thought that I was thinking. So I thought, well, I'll wait till I'm driving to the gym. Start driving to the gym, go to switch everything on, realise I ain't got my mics on me. And I just, say, God's sake, and, didn't record. And thought, oh, I can't record it if I've not got my microphones. But then I was just in yoga then, and I was, resting and thinking, why can't you film without a microphone? Your point was you were going to film every day. So you're really going to use that as an excuse not to film? Does it really matter? Like, is the quality, the quality will be different, but at the end of the day, you can still hear me, can't you? You can still hear what I'm saying. Or I could still hear what I'm saying when I watch it back. So, why not? Why not just film and use the camera microphone? But, I was thinking on the way home today, basically, about working hard and people not really appreciating the work they have, the work life that they have, especially when they compare it to other people. I think comparison, I think I've heard this quote somewhere, but I think comparison is the killer of, it's the thief of joy. That's the quote. And I think that is true because, the grass is always greener on the other side. Is a big quote that was always on my mind growing up. You know what I mean? Focus on what you have, because what's over there isn't what it's isn't what it really is. Thinking about it, you're deceiving yourself. What they've got over there might not be better than what you've got over it. And for me, mix that with appreciate your situation, appreciate what you have, and work hard at it. There's a lot of people who, kind of rightly so. I see where the people are coming from with this mindset, right, on this point. And the point is, I earn this much. The next step up in my job, I earn, I get a small rise, but I have to do a lot more work. What's the point? I do get that thinking. Like, I do understand where you're coming from, but it depends what you want. For me, whether that's an all right way of thinking. For me, I don't want to ever think like that. I don't want to ever be anywhere near thinking like that for myself. Purely just because I'm not here to necessarily make money working for someone. I'm here to be a boss. I'm here to have my own company. I'm here to be the one taking the risks and making the the higher amounts of money and trying to have fun at the same time, or trying to at least enjoy it a little bit, or it be decent. So I get that mindset from if you are being an employee and you want a steady life. And it is important to remember that what people's opinions are relative to their own situation and their own way of thinking. And I'm not saying everyone should think this way, and it's wrong if you don't think this way. I don't actually think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong for me. I can't think like that. I can't think, well, I don't want that pressure. It's not worth it. In my mind, I think that's an opportunity to learn a new skill. And even if I guess wasn't becoming a boss, is learn a new skill and become more independent, become more dependable upon. Is that right? For I want the company that I work for to be dependent on me, to need me. I want to be a skilled worker. I want to impress myself and say, yeah, I can do that. No matter what the pay is. Now, I do get it if, you're not being paid a lot. I get that. I do understand that side as well. But if you look at your rate and you're happy with what you're being paid, and you have to do a little bit of work, I mean, for me, at the age I'm at now, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with doing more work, especially if I'm learning. If it's like jobs that aren't the best, I also get it in that sense. But there is an opportunity to learn in there, because there's a reason that job isn't very good. It's either it's boring, it's hard, or you get a lot of problems with it. So either one of them is you learn to entertain yourself somehow. You learn to make it a boring situation entertaining or fun, or you just learn to cope with it. I guess you can also do that. But the other ones, you learn things. And for me, I've said it before, but just naturally, a big thing in my life is I want to learn. I want to learn as much as I can, really. It's also not just the learning, I guess. It is, I want to be great at so many things. And I want to be great in as many things that I can be that's possible, really. So I do like learning because, I notice you get lessons over here that apply over there. So that's how I see it. Whether that's just seeing the positive in things. But that's why I can't just look at being at a situation being like, all right, you get 10 quid more and 10 quid more a week over here for doing more and having more responsibility. I'm just going to sit there. I'm just going to sit where I am now and not take on that responsibility. I want the responsibility. I want more, but that's because in my mind, I'm trying to get to the highest level. And to get to the highest level is taking on more responsibility. You can't get to a high level without having responsibility. There's a reason people get paid a lot of money, or should get paid a lot of money. It's because you're a skilled worker. You've got skills that are rare. You're good at your job, so you get paid more. And I don't believe you can for me, I can't just not learn from these responsibilities at a lower pay, and not improve. I can't sit there and do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my money and I like being paid as much as I can be paid. So I can get lost in that. I can get lost in that feeling of, I need to be paid more. I want more money. Oh, I'm being done in here. Someone's nicking money off me here. Oh, it's a bad job because I'm not being paid as much. that's what I do think in the moment. You know what I mean? We're emotional. You feel that in the moment. You want as much as you could possibly get. For me, I get greedy. I want more, 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 more. So I do have to be held back. But in the bigger picture, I do understand. I do see the positive in the lessons that I've learned. And a lot of what it is in my job is when you first get a new job, a new task, a new chair, you've not really done it before. It's a bad price job. You don't earn a lot of money on it. It takes you a long time for what you actually get paid for. But when that job's come in 100 times, most of the time, it's a decent job or it's a great job. Most of the time, it's a great job. And that's because over those 100 times, I've learned from that job. And I've either learned from it or I've adapted the job or I've adapted my way to the job. So it becomes easier for me. And I learn stuff, and then I apply it over here and apply it over there. And it makes those jobs, easier and better. And that's what I like. That's what I've seen the rewarding and the gaining. And it's not, I could have sat there and said, absolutely not, I am not doing this job for this price. This is ridiculous amount of work. I could just do those chairs over there for that price, get a lot of money over there. But it opens up more opportunity when you get a bit more responsibility and you go for that harder task. That's what I think in my mind in sort of the hindsight. Whether other people think I think like that, God knows. But that's what I want to think. If I'm not thinking that realistically, that's what I want to think and want to have. I believe that's the best way. But yeah, it's a little on my mind anyway. Peace.